Hey everybody, welcome back to Sea Jaws. Let's get straight into this interview. Smack that like. Alright, we're doing an interview, Canadian Jail War Stories, out in the wild, and this is a guy named Tim that I know for quite a few years, and this is his story. What's your name and where are you from, bro?
My name's Timothy.
Bro?
My name's Timothy Black. I am from Ontario, but I'm gonna be moving soon. Getting into a shelter. So yeah, I got arrested on October 22nd or 26th. And due to some drugs I took, I went into psychosis, and some bad things happened that day. I don't want to go too far into them, but yeah, it was really rough when I was in there. I actually seen race wars go on. I seen a guy just because he pressed the cold water button on the shower, I seen him get thrown over the top tier. He landed on his head and he died. And yeah, I've seen some rough things in jail, so it's not a place I want to go back. Also, when I was in there, I accepted God into my life, and I started reading the Bible, and I read the whole Bible in jail, and also I did all the Bible study courses.
Nice.
I got all my certificates, right? So
Good man.
jail can change you. It's not a place you wanna go.
It's not your first time in there though, is it,
No,
Tim?
it's not.
You didn't learn your first time, did you? How many times did it take you to learn? You're saying this is the time, your third time?
Third time, yeah.
So
it took a bit, right? But jail is getting rough, and even with the COVID, it's insane. Like most of the time, it's 24-hour lockdown because of the COVID. So you're in your cell. You get out maybe a half hour a day for showers.
and then they're so stressed out when they get out from being locked in so much that a fight happens immediately.
Yeah, it's crazy in there, and I encourage people to stay.
So what did you get charged for? You don't have to get into detail, but you said you woke up and your girlfriend was...
I woke up and my girlfriend she's into drugs, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to get clean, right? So I woke up and I caught her actually exchanging sex for drugs.
Oh my
So
God.
I hurt the guy really bad, the one guy.
The dealer.
The dealer, yeah.
Giving his girlfriend drugs while he's asleep. He deserves to get beat up.
Yeah, so that's what happened, and then she had called the cops because I guess she wanted more drugs, so she called the cops, and she said a bunch of other things.
To get you out of there so she could keep getting drugs from the dealer.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for my charges being dropped because there was no evidence on what they said I did to them too.
You probably would have been doing a few years.
I probably would have been doing 2 years, yeah.
Oh, for sure, with your record?
Yeah, with my record. So right now for myself, just being out of jail, I'm working on myself. I'm not even jumping into relationships. I have a friend that's helping me right now, but we're taking it slow just because I wanna better myself and get work and stuff before I can start another relationship. So
Right.
So,
That makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, I
So did you get any fights in there?
I got into one fight, yeah. I got my head smashed off the shower wall, where the steel shower wall, and I was actually in a coma for 3 weeks on the medical range.
Oh my God.
And that was again for sticking up for the guy. This guy had a broken arm, and he pressed the cold water. It was his first time in, and guys don't like that, so they got out and they beat the living crap out of him. So. And then I stepped in and said, yo, leave him alone, you know? And then they started fighting me and whatever else, but yeah.
Where were you, Penetang?
I was in Penetang, yeah.
Penetang, okay.
First I was in general population, but for the last like 5 years in Penetang, general population is where a lot of the black guys are, and have a certain range and unit where they put people that owe money or people that have done sex offenses, whatever, on their own unit, right? So they're away from everybody. So I was.
And then the gang, that's super PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the gang dropouts and the regular guys just go to a different one.
I was on the GP range at first, and I was one of the 4 white guys. out of 29 people, and the rest were black. And
I know jail's getting bad nowadays, isn't it?
They would pay.
The white people are a minority in jail nowadays.
The black people they own the phones and stuff in there. So if you want to use a phone, you gotta pay, and if you don't pay, you get beat up. Like,
so there's lots of extortion going on in there.
Yeah, lots.
So the extorting the white guys for like their food.
Yeah, I even seen a couple of black guys. I'm not racist or anything. I love all color, right? We're all human. But I seen a couple of black guys go to the phone, put $2,000 into these two guys' accounts, and paid them $2,000 each to kick the shit out of one of the COs.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. So there's a lot of crazy stuff.
That's insane.
Yeah. I actually got offered it. The guy comes up, he's like, I'll put $1,000. He's like, I'll even do $2,000. I'll put it in your account right now, and you can see the money in there. Just give him one good punch to the face. And
so what about contraband? What's going on with contraband in there right now? Is there a lot of weed, dope, crack, anything?
Actually, there's a lot of fentanyl and down and weed.
What about this thing going around that everyone's hearing about in the States called TWAC or K2?
Or Flacca.
K2. It's like a fake synthetic weed, and they go cuckoo off of it.
Yeah, it's also, there's another name for it.
Flacca? Okay.
And it's actually a drug that makes you go demonic.
Right, and they start twicking around on the floor and shit.
Yeah, I seen some guy.
And at first it was supposed to be like a fake weed, but now it's gone into like a fucking more of an acid trip or something.
So some guy I seen on the internet, if you say, if you look on YouTube, people on Flacca, you see them literally running into traffic.
That's what I'm talking about. Because a few of my buddies have jail YouTube channels as well, like I do, right?
Yeah.
And they actually had a guy that they were talking to. He was in jail with a cell phone.
Yeah.
And we were seeing everything going on with this fucking guy on Twaka or whatever it's called. They call it K2 in the States.
Yeah.
And fucking, oh my God, this guy was like, he looked like as if he was like a newborn baby on the ground, like talking like a baby, like fucking all weird and shit. Yeah. And like thought everyone was gonna kill him. Like if you went up to him like this with your fist or whatever, just put your fist beside him like that, he would cower on the ground like this.
Wow.
Like that's how fucked up this shit.
Yeah, it's bad.
They call it spice as well.
Yeah,
I've heard them call it spice.
It's bad what's been going around lately and how it's been affecting people But with the back to the jail thing, yeah, it's just not a place I want to be back. But at the same, especially with the COVID, like my range got hit with Omicron, the new
right.
And
yeah, I just got over that fucking couple weeks ago.
I had my three vaccines before our range got hit with it.
Right.
So I didn't take that immune to it. I only had like a runny nose and a sore throat.
Right.
But our whole range had it, and we were on lockdown for 2 whole months.
Pamela and I both had our second shot. And then when the booster thing came out, we caught the Omicron for like friggin' 2 weeks. We were dying. I almost died from it. And then fucking, I was so thankful that I got better, man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then we went and took those, you can get COVID tests now to bring home.
Yeah.
And we got those now at home.
Yeah, I got my vaccines in my bag, all 3 of them. I was against it, but then when I was in jail, I started reading in the paper how there was a lot of protests going on about anti-vaccinators. And it almost caused war at one time. So, like, you know, we all should get our shots to look out for each other, right? Because it's just taking a risk for other people to get sick. But, yeah, so...
Now, before we wrap the interview up, for the people to know, because the people on YouTube don't really know me that well, right? They only know what I tell them. They don't really have an outside opinion. So now that we have a few other people coming on the channel and doing interviews, what is your impression on myself? Like, am I like a pussy or am I a gangster? What kind of person am I?
You know, see, there's certain way people dress, and I don't take it as like, oh, if you're dressing this certain way, you're a gangster or whatever.
Yeah, I don't mean by the way people dress. I mean like actually like who I am, where I grew up and all that.
He's I've known this guy, Eddie. He's doing my interview. I've known him for quite some time. He's like a cousin to me, and he's helped me out numerous of times. But he's what I get from him is a very good, respectful, humble man that just wants to help people if he can, right? If you ever see his appearance or anything, just don't judge him by his appearance, because he's a really good, faithful guy in my eyes.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I've taken you off the street a few times, haven't I?
Yeah, you have. And yeah, I kind of screwed you over a couple times, but hey, that's what drugs do, right? But,
yeah. Well, I was just wanting to take you off the street, get you clean, and kind of get you under my wing, and wanted to make you how I was. But when someone has drugs have a serious grip on them, the person can only change when they want to do it for themselves, right? No one else can make them change. No matter how much I wanted you to get clean, it was like me and my cousin. When my cousin wanted me to get clean before he passed, I never got clean. And then after he passed, I finally got clean, and it was like, fuck, I could have done so much with him when he was alive, but I was too busy getting high and doing drugs, right? But then after he passed, I got clean, and it was like, damn, fuck, that's what he wanted me to do the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard, man. You have to do it on your own. No one can make you do it.
That's since I got out of jail, that's my thing.
No matter how many rehabs, no matter how many women, no matter how much whatever, bro. It's all on you.
I gotta better myself. Now that I'm out, I gotta better myself, get myself stable, and then I can work on a relationship.
Right. All right, man. And you said you met a girl in Toronto, and you're gonna be going down there and straightening out and fucking trying to get this chick to take you. She's gonna help you out and get on your feet.
Yeah. At the same time, I told her I don't wanna impose on her, right? I don't wanna feel like I'm a bum, but she seems like she really wants to help me. But I told her I want to get on track for a few weeks first.
Hey, bro, don't worry about it. When I got out of jail a few times, if you got to get a womanstone, if your girl has an apartment, that's how, believe it or not, when I got out of jail, I met Pamela. And, it could be a good thing, right? Anyways, we're going to wrap the interview up, okay? And I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this. And I really appreciate that and everything.
I have Facebook. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, shout out your social media.
I have Facebook. It's Timmy Timbit on Facebook, and then on my Instagram is Little Monster. So if you want to follow me or anything, and yeah,
I'll pin it in the description underneath the video. Okay. I'll get the link from you, and then you can. I'll pin it underneath, or I'll write it out underneath in the comments.
Yes.
So that way, if anyone wants to comment or talk to you, they can.
I think these videos would also be good for TikTok too.
Yep.
Yeah,
I have a TikTok and Instagram, Facebook, all that.
Okay.
Okay.
This could get you somewhere, man. You could start helping people in many
Well, that's
ways.
the whole point of this channel, is for the younger generation of gang members and the younger gangs that are getting involved with that shit, to steer them away from it and show them, a guy like me, I spent my whole life inside jail. I turned my life around, and I'm trying to, better my life. But what I want to do is stop the kids before they start shooting each other, before they join the gangs, and show them, like, you might not want to listen to your parents, you might not want to listen to your teachers, but if you see an actual guy that's like you, that you can see yourself in or look up to, then they might listen to the guys that used to be in gangs before that bettered themselves. Like, I used to be in gangs, this and that, but I changed my life around. So maybe if the young kids see someone that was like them, did all the jail time and did all that, give them the advice. That's the kind of channel I'm trying to do in that direction.
Amazing.
Anyways,
Amazing,
so yeah, we're gonna